Oh, yeah, nah, this is Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. She'll be right, mate. G'day and welcome to Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. I'm your host, Rousey, here with Cryptic Construct, aka Simon, my lovely co host, who you all get terribly excited about. I gotta admit, I do get a little tingle in my jingle whenever I see you on the screen, Simon. Mate, how's it going?
Oh, good, Rousey, good. Come down from the high of Melbourne, but getting ready for the season. It's 2 weeks. I'm pumped. We're almost
Two
there.
weeks, man. It's gone really, really quick. So, on today's episode, we will be talking a bit about our experiences at the two games down under, where I went to Sydney and Simon went to Melbourne. And I believe you might have met up with someone that used to be a part of the show, but we'll talk about that in a second. Um, but everything's been happening. Fucking everything's been happening. Like you go away for a little bit and come back, and as soon as they get done with their tour, it's like the panties just get dropped and everything just comes together. So
Yeah.
I got to admit, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good about this season.
Oh, yeah. A lot happier than 2 weeks ago, I must say. It's been the last
Oh,
week has got me excited, and I think there's more to come.
I think so. I think so
Mm.
too, guys. Let us know down below what you think coming ahead this season, because we will have our prediction episode coming up. We were just talking about that just off stream, and yeah, just trying to figure out the layout of it and how to get it all to work and all that sort of stuff. But we've got some new signings. So let's talk about the new signings because, oh, well, first of all, backtrack that. I want to just pay tribute real quick to the absolute club legend, Joey Jones, who
Yeah.
obviously passed away. Now, to our listeners that don't really follow the club as much in between seasons or don't know much about the club, Joey Jones was an iconic figure of Wrexham, an absolute
Yeah.
iconic figure. And you may have actually seen Maxi Cleworth, who actually redid his pose when he posed in the new red outfit. But an absolute huge loss for the community. So
Yeah.
here at Rousey's Wrexham Roundup, we honour him and we just our thoughts go out to all his family and friends. And rest in peace, Joey Jones, you absolute legend of a man.
Just a top bloke. The words said about him, it just springs to mind that he was a top bloke who had time for anyone and everyone. So, yeah, rest in peace, Joey.
Yes, definitely. So, but then we got new signings to talk about. So, obviously, we know Ryan Hardy came in and we saw him down under. But we got so we'll talk about the
I
interesting one,
I
George
I
Thomason.
I saw him score a goal. I
You
saw him
saw
score a
him.
goal.
You
I
saw
saw,
him
yeah,
score a
yeah, I
goal.
saw him score a
That was a
goal.
good
Just
goal.
quietly. It
That
was
was
a
a good
damn good
goal.
goal.
Yeah,
Bit of
I was.
pace, good cross. Boom, nice
Yeah,
run. I liked it. Yeah.
not an easy goal to score that one.
No, no.
But so Ryan Hardy and Danny Ward were who obviously saw down under. But we're going to talk about our first one, George Thomason from Bolton, League One. Their ex-captain. What are your
Captain.
thoughts on this one? Now, I was a little bit perplexed. I'm like, why are we recruiting someone from League One when that goes against all of our recruiting that we've done previously? Like, we never normally
Apart
grab
from
guys
Barney,
only.
apart
Apart
yeah,
from
Barney, we didn't. We're picking gems up. The fact he's a captain speaks volumes. And what 24, 25, he's only a kid,
mm,
so that's yeah speaks volumes that they think of his character. And I think it shows that Cannon and possibly Rathbone might be worse than we thought. And this guy is going to be a good replacement for either of those two. May not start every match, but I think he's going to be good depth and. Yeah, you can't have too many leaders on the field and you can't have too many good midfielders. So let's see what he can bring. Looking forward to it.
yeah, I mean, obviously, we trust in Parky, we trust in what he signs.
Mm.
Obviously, there's been a couple of little ones here and there. Luke Bolton's gone off to Mansfield. So
Yes.
he's been given the old, you know, the old "how's your father? See you later." So,
Again,
um,
they come in to do to even to be squad players. You need the squad players.
yeah.
You can't start everyone every game. So you need squad players, and we never had the injuries that would have allowed him to play. So he goes with my best wishes. We didn't see the best of him, but we didn't make the most of him either. So see how you go at
Mm,
Mansfield, but we're moving on up.
we are moving on up. Speaking of moving on up, we got a sheep shagger. We got a legit sheep shagger in the
A
squad.
legit sheep shagger. Yep,
I
yep.
know, and I'm sorry, Welsh people, Kiwis, they get the sheep shagger moniker. They own that shit, all right. I love that Welsh people do that. Maybe that's what the ties that bind will be the fact that
A
you all
sheep.
shag sheep. So you go on and get yourself sheep shagger.
I'm
But
stoked
he's
for him.
also Italian. He's
Hmm.
also Italian, and
Oh, first gen Kiwi, born there, but parents
yeah,
are Italian. So, yeah, I know my best mate, the same, not obviously a sheep shagger, but Australia, but first born from the Italian generation. We had so many
yeah.
come out that they bought the schools and they bought their coffee culture and they bought football. So
I
I
got to
love
admit
it.
though, Libby Cacace, I don't know much about him,
Captain.
but everyone talks about him. So his full name's
Mm,
Liberato Cacace, signed from Empoli. Obviously, where he started off his career through Wellington Phoenix, and then obviously was one of the gems, and went off and played for Empoli. Played in what was it, the Serie A?
Syria. Yep.
Yeah, so top flight, which is
Hmm.
the experience you want. Paid a nice little chunk of change for him, but he comes into the side as probably a left wing back, so along competing with James McLean for that spot.
Yeah.
But or everything I've seen, he's a really good player and loves a good nutmeg.
Hmm.
Gotta
He's
love it.
quick.
Oh, he's
Yep.
quick. I love a player that loves a good nutmeg.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a dying art you don't see very much in football these days.
You hope he's got more than one trick of that, but the pace is going to be so helpful, and let's see how he goes in Parky's system.
Yes, yeah, that is the big
Mm.
one because
And
we've basically what feels like we've literally just completely overhauled our squad. Like Parky's
oh,
like, nah, fucking not good
mm,
enough. Australia tour, not good enough. Let's get some big time players in. And I mean, look, I was talking to some people over there that were related to the club. Of those of you who've seen my interview, especially with Michael Williamson, that was really cool.
I thought
One
you
of
meant blood relations to the club, and I'm thinking, hang on,
no.
who's a blood? I'm trying to work that out. Right, phew, okay.
No, no, but they were saying that he was saying on that interview that they were up until the early hours of the morning doing deals, and yeah, so look, I'm excited. I'm actually
Oh,
really optimistic about Libby.
yeah.
I think he's actually a lot better than what people think.
Kiwi captain as well, and what another 24, 25 year old. So I love that
Mm,
the age profile's coming down. They're going to be here for a couple of years. He's making a good new core to
mm.
get together, and they seem like all of them seem like hard workers.
Oh yeah.
Thomason, Kakache, and the next couple you're going to talk about as well. They all like to graft
Let's go to
and
let's have a poke around at old lobby, hey? Lewis O'Brien. Now, what a
I know.
friggin' huge signing that is from Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of Swansea fans
Pissed
absolutely
off
riled
Swansea.
up.
I don't care if he doesn't play a game for us. Just piss Swansea off real good. 3 years of him sitting on the bench not playing, it'd be
Oh
worth it just to
man,
piss
didn't
Swansea right
they
off.
didn't they absolutely lose their shit
Mm.
on X at the moment as well? I mean, I got into it a little bit with some of the Swansea Independent and all that, which I think is the new Notts County zone for us, but they are absolutely livid. Like they just can't let it go. They're like, and they're creating this rivalry, and look, it's already heated because everyone's jumping on. Even Wrexham fans are biting back, like, nah, fuck yeah, look, this is
Yeah.
like we are the number one team in Wales.
And you
Hopefully, it
know,
finishes up that way.
he must be good if they're that cut to lose him. Yeah, he must be a good player. And I think he got man of the match the first game he played for them, coming in on loan and things. So
Mm,
he's got a bit of class, this guy. So yeah,
that's a
yeah.
huge
Where does he
signing.
play? Attacking mid? Is he one of the mids? The attacking mid? There's
Mm.
getting to be some good offensive players coming into that midfield. I'm really looking forward to the coming season.
Yep, yep, definitely. I'm excited. Like this midfield is just looking absolutely
Oh,
brutal.
yeah.
Absolutely brutal. Like you wouldn't want to come up against this midfield. And it's given me
Oh,
hope. It's given me hope. Like I'm thinking
well,
my predictions that I've been talking about with where Wrexham's going to finish, which
and
you will
mine
find
too.
out my absolute locked in prediction next time. Not in the next episode, but we will do a special episode for the predictions. Um, I just think I'm just they're going for it. They're absolutely going for it. But
Yeah.
Birmingham are spending up a storm as well. So seems to be the same narrative as it was last season.
I
Uh,
think going for it may just keep us competitive. I think we need to go for it a little bit harder if we're going to go for it.
mm,
I'm loving Windass coming in. I think he's going to
yeah, mate. You
displace
know what? I
Lee.
think definitely
Mm,
when Parky saw how we played down under, he's like, we need the wind up our ass, so we got a
yeah,
wind
yeah.
ass. That was
Yeah.
so fucking bad. That's like the
Oh, but it worked.
worst dad joke you could
I
ever
liked
make. But
it.
hey, I did
He,
it. I said it.
he
It's
give us
out
a
there.
wind up. So we get a wind up. So yeah. No, I think he's an
Mm.
elite upgrade, and again another attacking
And a
mid. Uh,
free,
and
a
I
free
know,
agent.
poor.
We didn't pay shit for him.
You got
Like,
to feel bad for Sheffield Wednesday, but you got to feel good for us, that we got him for a free. So just wow. And the fact
uh,
he chose us over Swansea and other teams that he could have gone to,
yeah, well,
that he
Norwich and
wa
Coventry were trying to hijack the deal.
yeah.
But obviously,
Coventry are scum, aren't they? Aren't Coventry scum? No, no, they're not.
Coventry aren't scum.
No,
Come
no,
on
no. They're just
now.
our mortal
Norwich,
enemies. Yeah.
yes. Coventry, no.
But that's all for next week. We'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, yeah. Ask me if I feel the same after we've played Coventry.
Yeah, yeah. But we're both going to be there for Coventry away.
Well, that is the plan.
Mm.
That is the plan. I'm pretty
That's
much
the
definitely gonna try and lock in April. I've got to make sure I've got enough leave from work and all that sort of stuff. But that is definitely the plan, and that we'll actually be there at the same time.
yeah.
So looking forward to that. But yeah, so Josh Windass,
Mm.
obviously he's got a bit of a following online. He does his own little podcast and stuff here and there as well. He's been on the Offsiders. And I would love to be a fly on the wall when him and Ollie Palmer, because those that don't know, he actually came out and basically berated Ollie Palmer for saying he would score 20 goals for Man City. And I got to admit, Ollie Palmer, what the fuck were you thinking,
I
mate?
see where
Seriously.
Ollie's coming from, though. That I mean, you plonk anyone right in that spot, and Man City were so good, they're going to give you the ball, and yeah, you'd manage to get a couple in, you would hope. But yeah, I did love what he said. If I could score 20 for Man City, I'd be scoring 20 for Man City. I wouldn't be talking shit about it. So
Oh,
yeah,
ain't that the truth? But a good player all around. A good player
yeah,
all
yeah.
around and a really, really solid signing. So one to get
And
excited for. This
hard
midfield at the
ass.
moment, Lewis O'Brien,
Oh,
Josh Windass,
hmm.
um, and obviously Libby Kikache and also, I mean, yeah, George Thomason might actually
Yeah,
come in
yeah,
a
yeah,
little
yeah.
bit as well. But that leaves maybe one other spot, and a few
I'm
names have
hoping
been
two.
banded around.
I'd love two. I'd love a centre forward and a centre back.
Yeah, I
I
think
think,
so.
yeah.
I'm a little
Hmm.
bit worried about Elliot Lee though, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love that. That's my boy. I love him. I love him to death. I'm a little bit worried.
You might need
Like,
a
where
new
does he
boy.
get into this team? And I've got to admit
Mm,
that this, you'd imagine, come like, say for example, we do get Christian Eriksen because I know the club's met with them. It's been widely touted.
mm.
Imagine then you're coming up against the midfield with, that's got Lewis O'Brien, um, Josh Windass, and Christian Eriksen. Like,
Yeah,
how?
yeah.
How are
Does
we in
Lee
this
even?
position as a club, man?
I guess a bit like McLean, though, that Lee is semi-versatile, that he can play that number 10, he can play in the midfield. So maybe he takes, there's what, 9 spots on the bench in the championship. So
Yeah, there is.
maybe he
So
takes one of
nine
those,
subs.
maybe he takes one of the subs and whether he comes on or not, but, he and McLean could cover 3, 4, 5 positions between them. And so maybe they get to hang around on the fringes that way because, yeah, you can see that Lee has been overtaken and whether he plays, whether we have a sudden exodus of loan players, or we're going to be selling a lot of players because we've got to be what 5 over shortly. I would have thought so. They're going to need to
Mm.
not register some or loan some out or get rid of them somehow.
Yep, yep, that's right. But overall, pretty damn good. And apparently, we're going in for big money with a striker as well. So keep
Big
watching this
keeper.
space because this team is
Mm,
changing big time at the moment.
yeah,
Absolute big time. And gets me excited. Gets me
yeah.
really, this is going to be another side that's not going to just accept a mid-table consolidation. And
No,
I think their
doesn't look
signings
like
now
it,
are
does it?
proving that.
Mm. I,
So,
I can't even spell consolidation, let alone say it. So no, given the relative weakness of the championship this year, why not go for it? If you can spend the 10, 20 mil, do it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's mind-blowing how much money
Mm.
we're spending. I mean, when you think about Rob and Ryan, they spent 2.5 million pounds to buy the club, and all of a sudden we're buying players for like three times that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's mental. That is insane.
yeah,
And but it needs to happen in the championship. Some of these sides are going to be coming up against are no joke. And if we're going to compete with some of these, especially the parachute payment sides, we're going to compete with them. We need to really bring in some solid signings. And it was
yeah,
good, especially the Josh Windass one, especially to hear that Norwich was trying to take him. Um, to hear that he actually decided, no, I'm going to come to Wrexham. That was
yeah.
really good. Really good. So, yeah.
I think we are a destination club. I think the change room, the location, the story, the project, Parky, we can for the right player, we are a destination club. Certainly not those who are looking for the London high life,
mm,
but for those who have a different mindset, and Kakacho being one of them, they want to come to us. We are attractive. I mean, look
absolutely.
at this. Look how attractive this is. Speaking of
I,
attractive, that's attractive, isn't it?
that you look very attractive, mate.
And it
I thought I'd
it
say
looks
those.
very World Series cricket. Come on, Aussie, come on, come on.
No, well, that's what I thought when I first saw it, because I actually got to see him in person wearing that kit in Sydney. And I thought, oh,
Ah,
that looks so Aussie. Like that's Aussie
mm-hmm.
colours. I just thought that it was a really fitting nod to those that follow the Socceroos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
oh.
had to make do with the red retro home shirt, but unfortunately, I got to see a win. So hey, the
You got
struggle
to
was
see the
real.
only win, but yeah, hey, I quite like those shirts. I think I'll probably get one myself. Might even wear it to a few Socceroos games when they come over.
United.
But it is very much that's the Aussie colours,
Hmm.
and I know that it's supposed to be like take after like the Welsh deal and all that sort of stuff. They put that inspiration into it. I could not buy a shirt over there, but I'm going to talk about that in a bit. But just quickly, so Paul Mullen's gone out on loan. He's gone to Wigan. Had a few pre-seasons game. He's scored one goal for them across their three pre-season games. Yeah, I hope he scores more. I
Yeah, yeah,
really
yeah.
do. I
No,
really do.
yeah,
But
for him, for his sake. Yeah.
I want to. I'm curious about who else is going to go. I mean, we know there's going to be a few people going out the door on loan. And did you hear that apparently there's been a bid placed for Max Cleworth of like $7 or $8 million from
Yeah,
Aston Villa?
but if we're buying players for 5 mil, we'd have to who are we going to replace Max with? We'd have to spend a similar amount of money to buy somebody to replace him. So if they want him, 20 mil. because he's worth
Why
that
not
to us. If
stop
you
there?
want
Let's
him,
go for $69 million.
done, sold to the man. Because yeah, we would have to replace him and that would cost us. So if they
Mm.
want him, pay through the nose for him.
Yeah, I think so. They're going to have to. I mean, we don't want to get rid of Maxi.
No, no.
I mean, he's technically he counts as one of our homegrown player, I believe, in their whole tier of things. But I tell you what, to know that Premier League teams are like, we want to
What?
give you some money.
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have to make it really, really tempting because players don't want to leave Wrexham.
No.
We've seen that. We've seen that on the documentary. And when players come in, because of the way the club is ran, because of the way there's a whole togetherness within the team, which I hope with all these new additions that Parky is able to find a way to integrate them into the team and keep that togetherness, together.
I think his no plonkers test and the fact he's getting grafters and workers, I think they're going to be playing for one another and fighting for one
Yeah.
another on the pitch. Windar seems like a hard ass like McLean is, so we're going to have two of them who are just going to drag the team along with them. I,
Mm.
they're not. He's not bringing in the pretty boys. He's bringing
Would
in the
you would
workers.
you pass the no plonker test? I fucking wouldn't.
I'd hope so. If I could hope so. I
I
can be a
wouldn't.
plonker, but I'm a good, sacrifice for the team. I've got no problem. I've got no problem playing the second. Enabling others to do their best.
No.
Doing so.
Well, there we go. Let us know down below who was the biggest plonker on Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. Let's just go for that. But hey,
Oh,
that's been yeah.
speaking of plonkers,
Oh, who have we got?
I ran into a certain redheaded ex-plonker, current plonker, who knows, a certain ex-Rousey redhead
Oh,
in
well,
Melbourne,
let's talk about
outside.
that after
Mm,
this break. Let's go to a quick
after.
break and let's talk about Australia. Now we've sort of, spoken about the team. Let's do it after the break. Oh yeah, nah, this is Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. She'll be right, mate. Yes, we are back, and well, some interesting things happened. So this, and people have actually asked us what of our experiences are like. I tried to, obviously I released a vlog, so if you haven't seen that, head over to the channel after this, and you will see my vlog of my Sydney adventures. It's my first ever vlog that I put together, and it was quite well received.
Yep.
But. The tour started off in Sydney against Melbourne Victory. No, in Melbourne against Melbourne Victory. Let's get that right. Jeez, I
Started
tell
in
you what,
Sydney. You bloody
trying to
Sydney
think of,
people.
I've
Not
got
everything starts in Sydney.
Sydney on the brain, mate. Sydney on the brain. But no, so Melbourne against Melbourne Victory at Marvel Stadium. You were there.
I was there. My
And
first
so
time.
tell me about your experience. I want to know about your experience, who you met, who you spoke to.
Bought the
Oh,
shirt at went to what was the shirt place? Whoever the shirt place was. Oh, there's bad. They're
ultra
gonna hate
football.
me. Thank you. So I went to them in Abbotsford, and the fun thing was I lived dead set 1 minute away from where that was. I used to years ago, back in the 90s, where I met my missus. She was living down there in Abbotsford, so I knew that area like the back of my hand. So we spent a couple of hours down there, did the meet and greet, managed to sneak into a line accidentally and get into the VIP line. So that was fun. Had the photo with Andy and Mo and Jay. Had a chat to Sean. Didn't get to vlog with Michael like some of us, but and then got to the turf nice and early. And who should I meet but Adrian? Me and him,
Adrian,
second and third in the line for the pop-up
the
turf.
Ginger Ninja.
The Ginger
There you
Ninja.
go.
So we had a
Oh,
good chat, and we're mounting a takeover. So sorry, Rousey, we are going to have a mutiny. So we're
yeah,
been
you'll be on a
conspiring behind
third
your back.
podcast now.
Yeah,
You
we're
just
doing
gonna
the
be
we hate
cryptic all
Perth
over the place, mate. You're spreading your load.
like Vegemite, mate. Just put me everywhere. either love it or hate it.
How
So
was
we had a
that?
good,
Did you guys have a bit of a catch up? Did you talk about the show?
yeah,
Did you bag out Rousey?
we
What did
did.
you do?
We had 20 minutes in the rain waiting for the turf to open, and then we had a great chat with Wayne, and then we got a table in the turf and basically drunk him out of Wrexham lager before the match. So had a ball with him. Met Dazzle, so Barry, you might know Dazzle
No,
Publishing. Met
Baz
him and
very
his
well. Good
mum.
bloke. Good bloke.
So his mum, of course, came out as well, Rose. So we had a blast with her. So yeah, sat there drinking and doing the press and whatnot in the turf. So that was fun. Made what a couple of the newses and the current affair and things like that. So that was a good laugh. And then watched the match and saw a win. Yay, yay, 3-1. I liked Barney. I liked Longman. That was about. Oh, I liked the goal from our new boy. Did I forgotten his name already? There you go.
Brian
Little
Hardy.
Hardy. Thank
See,
you.
it
There we
goes to
go.
show when you got to do a podcast and you think on the fly, things just
Oh,
kind
there's
of get a bit
so many
muddled
new
here and there.
players too. It's coming to terms with the new players. It was, I guess, good to say get a chance to say goodbye to some who will be leaving. Like Palmer and Lee and Marriott
You did not
even.
just fucking say no. You didn't say that.
I didn't say that. I
No,
tried to slip it in. I thought, will he
no,
notice if I
not
slip it in and
happening.
keep moving? And then so saw the match and then went to a bar afterwards and drank the night away with Nathan Salt, basically, and Baz and his mum and Adrian piked because he had to look after his sister. But I figured, it's redheads. So he piked and
Yeah, it's too
uh,
long in the sun for him.
we stayed out until 4 a.m. So getting in training for the late nights on a Saturday coming up.
Oh yeah. Well, the first game's gonna be early. So I think it's on at like 7:30 my time, which is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
But well, that sounds good. I mean, look, when I saw the photo of you and Adrian, I'm just like, this is great. Like this is
We had
just
a laugh. Yeah.
so good. You got to have a laugh in there, and we
Yeah.
miss
Yeah.
him. We miss Adrian. But he's doing his own thing now. He's got his own life and focusing on himself, and good on him for doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not an easy thing doing a podcast every single week. But and obviously, he decided to take time for himself, and I'm just glad that you guys got to catch up and got a good photo together.
Yeah.
My trip the trip over was a nightmare for me. I'd left at 5:30 in the morning, Perth time, and had a flight with no in-flight entertainment and no Wi-Fi.
Oh, you raw
And
dogged it.
oh,
Oh,
straight raw dogging that, mate. Tell you what. Oh, that was nuts. And when you're a big dude and you're flying, it's not pleasant at all. Um, and I got to say that flight over when you're a big dude, couldn't put the seat down, the tray down so I could eat. But luckily I had the seat free in between, so I was able to use that a little bit, but no entertainment whatsoever, and it
so
was
you didn't start
horrible.
telling stories or singing songs or something? You have a little kumbaya
Oh,
moment on the plane?
I thought about rubbing one out in the toilets just to pass time, but then I thought, nah, I better not get arrested before I
No.
get to Sydney. I'll
Yeah.
wait till I actually am in Sydney. But that said, I mean they did obviously what they could, but it was such a boring flight, especially all the way from Perth.
Yeah.
Landed, and the first thing I got to do as soon as I land is hightail it over to Ultra Football. So I didn't stop. Landed straight into a cab, straight into Ultra Football. Got to do the meet and greet, which was really cool because the guys at Ultra Football in Sydney, they actually let me in. Like I didn't have to go to the VIP thing. I just came in with my camera and everything, like looked like a vlogger. Just walked up to this person organizing the event, said, "Hey, look, I'm recording a vlog." Just to explained who I was and all that, and they pulled me up on their phone. They're like, "Oh yeah, no, go through." So I'm like,
So they
Be a person with a camera."
the restraining order hadn't come through yet, so it was all
No,
okay. You were
no.
allowed within.
No, and then I got a good little interview with Michael Williamson, who was
Mm.
amazing to talk to. I remember when I actually told him the first time, I actually approached him and asked him, I said, "Hey, would you mind if I just record a quick interview for the vlog? He kind of looked as like, are you going to ask me like some hard questions? And I'm just like, I saw it and I read it straight away. I'm just like, look, I just want to talk about the Australia tour. That's it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
and then he agreed to it and he was so gracious with his time.
yeah.
So big props to old Michael Williamson. And he posted my little link to it on Instagram too. So if you want to follow us over on Instagram, I am doing a little bit more over there these days, trying to grow a little following there. You'll see somewhere up here, Instagram and all that. Um, yeah, and then from there, I went straight back to York Lane to sort out the live show for the next day. Then finally managed to get some food in my belly at like 9 o'clock and then straight to bed.
Oof.
Awake in the morning, met up with a friend that I hadn't seen in 20 years, and then straight to York Lane for the live show. And then I
That was a
was
blast.
drinking from like 10:30 in the morning. Man. They were just giving me drinks. And then the bloody Seven News person was like, can we get you starting a chant with everyone? Because I had a few chants going during the live stream. So like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we'll get you get with a beer in your hand. So they gave me another beer, and I'm just like, man, I'm like 7 beers deep. And it's 11 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, this is not gonna go well.
Which in your time's like 9 o'clock or something, isn't it? In Perth time. So for you, it's like real
Oh
breakfast
yeah,
beer.
yeah.
So
But boy,
yeah.
that Channel 7 interviewer, oof, she's good looking. I had a
After
bit of a
7 beers.
crush.
After 7 beers. Okay. I had two blokes. Both of mine were blokes. So. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but yeah, not my not
Oh
my type.
dear. But alas, then the game came, and I got to say, I mean, thank you to everyone that watches the show that came up and asked for a photo. I managed to give out a few stickers as well, but it was so weird being recognized like that. Like I'd never actually experienced that in my life, and to have,
Mm.
I think there was probably over maybe like 10 or 15 people that asked for photos that day, and it was just
I
crazy.
had
Like,
two do that. One in
yeah,
ultra football and one in turf. So yeah, they both recognised me from here. So that
how
was good.
crazy is it, eh? It's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
it's weird. It's like, you want a photo of me? Like,
With
I'm
me.
no one. So that was really cool. But then I saw Wrexham lose. That
You
hurt.
learn more from a loss. You do. And we learnt
So
and
not
we've
only did I
acted.
go through all that hell to
Mm.
get there, we've, we're in an absolute tin can with nothing. I may as well have flown Jetstar. It was that bad.
So did you start Parky out chant, did you? Is that what
No,
you're telling me?
no,
No, no,
no,
okay, no, no, no.
not at all. But yeah, to say they just looked off. They just looked
Yeah.
off, mate. They just weren't playing the way that
They're a
you.
training run and they're hard to get up for. I get that. And you just want to see a bit, maybe not intensity, but it really is just some exercise runs. They're doing an
Mm.
outdoor exercise. We get to watch it. If they can play, just hit the ball twice. I don't think they played on great pitches. None of them looked to be in great nick, so it didn't
Oh,
help that the
look,
ball was
this
a
no,
little
the
bit
Sydney one was
was
of
okay.
of all of them because a lot of them, like the Melbourne one and the Wellington one, they were on converted stadiums.
Mhm.
So they were
Yeah,
like on a converted rugby stadium or converted cricket stadium or something.
yeah,
And your Melbourne one, obviously at Marvel Stadium, is a
footy,
converted
mm.
football pitch, like the Australian rules.
Footy field the night
But
before. Yeah.
Sydney at Allianz Stadium, that's a dedicated football stadium, and that was amazing. Like really something to experience. At one stage, like their whole stadium blacked out, and the
Yeah.
LED lights came on, and they sort of came on from the top down, and it made you feel like the whole stadium was being elevated upwards,
Oh,
and it was just so cool. And
problem was
the
that was the best
amenities
thing of the
there,
night.
the amenities there were so good. The popcorn chicken, I gave a 2 out of 10. Right.
Oh, okay.
Let me ask you, how much would you pay for a small little cup of popcorn chicken and a cup of chips?
At the footy, $22.
That's how much you would pay?
That's how much I reckon they're going to be charging.
You were close, $25.
Oh, 25.
25
Yeah.
bucks. That's not
Oh,
even including a drink. That's just a little
wow.
cup of popcorn chicken and a little
Mm,
cup of chips.
Yeah, yeah,
$25. Like,
yeah,
fuck me, that's bad. Like, they say Sydney was expensive, and it was. Sydney was crazy
yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
But to pay that
That's
much money just for popcorn chicken and chips, like, oh, come on. That's just nuts.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
Captive audience.
yeah, I
What are you
mean,
going to do?
if it was
Yeah.
like 15, that would have been fair. But
Mm.
that much, that's insane. Insane. Anyway. But it was a bad game to watch. And I
Yeah.
put myself through all that hell to go and watch them lose. And I wasn't an impressed, happy man after
And not
that
just
because
lose, you watch fucking Rathbone. You broke
Rathbone got
bloody
injured
Rathbone.
too.
You
Yeah.
broke him.
Oh, that
So,
sucks.
oh, that yeah, not good, not good.
Not good, not good. And word is he's going to be out for about 2 weeks. But yeah, so and then obviously that and the game we didn't go to see is with the Sheep Shaggers over in Kiwiland. But we do love our Kiwi brothers. Don't get us wrong. But you do shag sheep. It's like the joke. Have you ever heard the joke, Simon? How does a Kiwi find sheep in long grass?
Delightful.
A delightful, irresistible. I don't know where that one. I don't know where. I would sure love to do a deep dive and figure out where. I mean, they could say we're
On
emu
the sheep
shaggers or
shaggers.
something.
I'm not doing a deep dive on sheep shagging. No. No, no. There are some things I
We
don't
were
want to
beaten
know.
by kids in two of those games, essentially. Like those that was the most depressing part. And then obviously afterwards, the Sydney FC fans, they were giving it to Wrexham fans. Like I was walking down the concourse
Yeah.
afterwards, and they were like, how's it feel? Like, and you just like, dude, like, it's a
It's a
preseason game.
preseason
But
match. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was. But I expected more. I
Yeah.
did expect more, and maybe I was wrong to expect an absolute stellar performance. Maybe if it was like a first 11 the whole game, it would have been a different story. But after seeing the way they played in Melbourne and absolutely dominating all aspects of play, to go to Wellington and then to go to Sydney and also dominate the play but give up easy goals, that was
Yeah.
that was a bit rough.
I think that shows that a centre back coming in, and maybe we have him in George Evans already, and Evans plays back, but I don't think Scar or O'Connell are going to be the answer in the middle there.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe Scar more than O'Connell, but I definitely think that we might be getting another centre back.
O'Connell's the better ball player, but Scar's the better defender. And Parky does like his ball players coming out the back, which I get, especially from Australian rules, control the ball from the back and bring it out and you can score. So maybe Evans, but yeah, I can see us spending some money and getting some class in there.
Yeah, more than what we've spent already. Although actually we
Yeah, yeah.
haven't spent a hell of a lot because we do
No.
have taken advantage of a few free agents. So,
Mm. They've been
mm,
wise. They're not just throwing the money around. They are looking, at making shrewd investments, I think.
yeah, I think, and they're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Um, what will be a real spanner in the works? All these players we're signing now and putting on 2, 3 year contracts. Imagine if we go up again. Like you, you're not gonna keep those players. You're gonna have to do a whole nother overhaul. But I like the idea of going up, then coming back down, getting the parachute payment stabilizing, and then making a real push for it. As otherwise, you're signing all these players, and it's a problem we've had, I think, from the start is that we've risen so quickly through the
Yeah.
leagues that essentially people that do really well one season aren't going to get selected the next season. So essentially, they're doing themselves out of a job.
And
Um,
the fringe players of that first season are going to be nowhere near it in the second and never get a look in like your Dolbys or your Mendy's, who, if we had have stayed down, you can imagine they would have had more game time. But because we were always in that promotion mix and going up, they're just not getting the game. We don't have time or space to develop those players. So
mm,
if you're not best 11 or really pushing to be best 11, you are just being left behind as we move on up,
oh,
unfortunately.
yeah, that's the
Hmm.
brutal reality. Um,
Which we just don't face anything to that extent down under in Australian rules football. We have, they lose 5 players a season, maybe 8 players a season out of 40. It's not a total change. This is almost 70, 80% of the starting 11 are going to be changed. That's a
Mm.
huge number.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually had a thought the other day this
Oh,
season.
okay. What, a second for the week, or
Oh mate, it hurt.
oh, that's why you had the migraine. Now I get it. Now the migraine.
So I'm looking at the actual
Fucker.
AFL. So AFL being Australian rules football. I'm looking at the
Footy.
ladder there at the moment, and now from eighth or seventh or eighth to third, they're all on the same amount of points. Only game percentage separates them. So essentially, you lose one game now, and you're in that lot. You're outside the finals just to lose one game. Imagine
And
if something
that,
like that happened in the championship where,
well, it does. It did last year. There was what, half a dozen teams surrounded. And that last match, pretty much everyone could have either gone up, gone down. Depending on the results. There's a huge bunch in the championship, which is why it's such an open league. That you can go on a run of 3, 4 games and suddenly move up the places quite. With a bit of acceleration. And yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking forward to our prediction weekend because I think it's. I'm excited. I'm big Kev.
oh, yeah, I'm excited. We will do that, but we will have a short 15-minute episode being released between now and the start of the season. We do have a special guest next week that my boy Simon here is kindly hooked up, which is weird because normally I'm the one hooking up all the guests. So this one's a good one because I could not get her to respond to me. Spoiler alert.
Oh, spoiler alert. Okay.
Let us know who you think it is down below. We're not going to give anything away, but it's a good one. It's a good guest and one that I'm really looking forward to interviewing. Wanted on the show for a long time now, and then we finally get the opportunity. So stay tuned to next week's episode for that. We also have a Patreon program, Rousey's Rowdy Army, multiple different tiers, gets you loads of different things. But we like to give a shout out to early access every week on the podcast, discount on the merch shop, which is down at the moment, but I am working on fixing that. Um, and yeah, all that and more. So you want to come and support the show, support what me and Simon do here every single week. It gives us a bit of motivation to keep going and helps fund the show and everything else that goes along with it. But we got a top class executive producer tier, which they get all the special extra perks. Mad Al, Not PC, Bryant, Welsh Techie, Sarah, and Anthony. Guys, massive support of the show. You guys have been executive producers for so long now. And absolutely huge thanks to you guys. And then obviously all the other Rousey's Rowdy Army, Drew, Ben, Vicente, Ryan, Neb, Deandra, Anthony Art, John, Jake, the Wrexham Texan, Will, Aaron, and Josh from the local pundit. Big, big, massive thank you to you guys. If you want to get involved in that, we've got a fantasy football league going as well. I'm a
Oh
part of it. I'm
yes.
trying to convince Simon to be a part of
I'll
it.
be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I may
But
not be any good, but I'll be there.
yeah, prize giveaway for that. I'm giving away a hoodie, one of
Ooh.
these, and a flag as well. So that will be the prize for the winner of the Fantasy Football League. There's a lot involved. Get in on it. It's a great little community, just a tight knit little group, and we love to pull the piss out of it. Anything goes in that chat. There's no rules. It's like the purge. Oh dear. So yeah, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Well, Simon, I think that's it for the week. What do you reckon?
It's been a good one, mate. And up the town. I am excited for the coming season.
Oh, I couldn't have said it better myself. Well, guys, thank you for watching. Say hi to your mum for me. I'm Rousey. That is Simon. This is Rousey's Wrexham Roundup. We will see you next week with our special guest. Be sure to stay tuned and also our prediction episode coming up. Thank you and goodbye. Bye.